Welcome to the Panic Button Podcast. I'm Nina.
I'm Jessie.
And we're reacting to shorts.
Because they're fun to react to.
Yes. The shorts, bitch.
The audacity of men will always blow my mind. Like, legitimately, me and my boyfriend went to church, and we sit down, and immediately there's a girl beside us. He puts his arm around her, and they kiss. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Clearly, I make a scene, and I'm like, hell no. You're literally cheating on me right in front of my face. If we're talking about building a future together, how are you going to cheat on me right in front of my face? And he was like, well, obviously, I'm just telling you what you want to hear, so you stick around. Like, I don't know. So as I'm crying and trying to understand what is going on, she gives me her phone. I'm trying to, like, call my parents. And then I wake up, and this man is sleeping right beside me peacefully. Are you actually kidding? I just went through a full crisis in my sleep, and you're just laying there like it didn't even happen? Okay. So yeah, it was a dream, but I was like, you have to be extra nice to me today because I can't handle this emotional turmoil.
That's a joke, yeah?
I don't know. I hope it is, because if it's not, then if it's not a joke, that's some serious shit.
That's Could you imagine your girlfriend being like, listen, in my dream you were so mean to me, and so what I need you to do is just be super extra fucking nice to me all day because I'm sensitive and you were so mean in the dream. You cheated on me in the dream.
Okay, if I'm going to be completely honest, I used to do this. I used to get mad at my partner if I would wake up and I had a dream about them cheating on me.
For real?
For real.
What would you do?
I wouldn't like yell or anything. I would just kind of be cold, until it wore off.
Like it actually happened.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Continue. Yeah.
But that was also a time in my life where I was in a very, very bad place. So, is it an excuse? No. But I don't do it anymore, obviously.
Was the partner I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Well, then it's warranted.
It's warranted. It's okay that you were angry and mean.
No. I never said it was warranted that you were mean. I'm just saying it's warranted that you were upset because she's kind of someone who would be. I'll go to the bathroom now. I know. Do you want me to go now? I'm just saying you'd be reasonably upset with someone like her.
Picture your girl coming home from work, a 9 to 5, right? We both got to the house. I barely put my stuff down. I start cooking. While I'm cooking, I'm cleaning around the house. I'm cleaning the bathroom. I'm doing laundry, right? The food is finally ready. At this point, I'm shaking because I'm starving and I want to eat.
And you haven't stopped. You haven't had a moment to breathe.
And you're laying down in bed already watching TV, right?
And then I'm supposed to be happy.
Right. Then now the food is finally ready, and now I have to serve the food, take it like a king to your bedroom, and then I get to eat after you?
Guess what? All that stuff you said you had to do, you would still have to do it for yourself if you were single.
I mean, you know what my life is like.
I mean, why is she seemed really angry. Like something was really ticking her off.
Is her man unemployed?
A personal thing.
Like, is her man unemployed? Because if he's unemployed...
No, she was saying, like, no, I didn't get that whole, he's unemployed, so she has to, like, take care of him.
He's also working.
He's also working. They both come home. She cleans, cooks for him. But why aren't you sitting at the dinner table? If you're a couple living together, why aren't you sitting together and eating?
Family dinners aren't a thing anymore. Even as a couple, it's not a thing anymore. I can't tell you the handful of times when I was with my one ex, me and my roommate and her sat down and ate at the table. Handful of times. I mean, we'd make a point to do it every once in a while, but still.
Wow. We have them on certain occasions and stuff. Mm-hmm. We used to have them all the time, every night, but not anymore.
We used to have them every Sunday with my grandma because she was a home ec teacher.
Too.
Well, she was a home ec teacher, so she'd always cook
Sunday
every
dinner.
Sunday. Mm-hmm. Always on weekends because the kids were off school. She'd take someone for the weekend and she'd cook for us,
But this woman seems really angry, and the woman next to her agrees wholeheartedly. She serve you like a king. I serve you like a king, she said. Give you your food, and I have to wait to eat. Wait for you to. He has to finish his food first. What?
Why are you with this man if he's not getting his own plate?
Yeah, I mean,
or
it's good if you cook. You clean. He does his half, you do your half. But if you have to wait for him to eat, to finish eating for you to eat, that's kind of weird.
Well, I know, I understand the concept. It's because
If you're waiting for...
no. So it's like, okay, so you're cooking the food, right? Mm-hmm. You make sure he's eating before you get a chance to eat.
I'm usually eating. Well,
Okay.
I'm cooking.
But the point is, when the meal's done, you make his plate first. I'm not gonna leave it. You
Yeah.
make his plate first, and then you eat yours.
Yeah.
It was a rule in my household that my dad got his plate first, then my mom, and then the kids got to eat. It was a rule. It was a fucking rule.
Oh, no.
Like we were fucking dogs in a pack. Like he's the alpha, he eats first, then the omega, and then the fucking scraps go to you guys. I'm not. It's so primitive. It's ridiculous.
Or I'll just have him get his plate if the food's done.
Because you're not. I mean, it's not the same idea as what I went through.
Right, yeah.
But that's also not what they're going through. They don't have to do that. I had to because that was my fucking parents.
So do you think they're doing
is
it
their
just so they can
significant other.
complain about it?
I mean, at this point, if I was with someone, it's not happening yet, is it? I thought you looked up. Is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. If I was with someone,
Oh, yeah. See it? Oh, wait, hold on.
no, I can't see it.
Oh, you
actually, because I'm looking at you.
Feel it?
Worse.
It just... Don't tuck it or something. There we go. Much better.
I forgot my point completely.
Sorry.
I saw your eyes dart to my forehead, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Boing.
I'm like just trying to make a point. It's like,
It's not going to happen.
I need my fucking vape. Sorry.
Vape
I'm
away.
sorry if this bothers anyone.
Vape away. But why do they date men if they don't like them?
Here's the thing: if your man, if your significant other,
Yeah.
after you worked 8 hours, sat there and insisted every night, when you cook, you bring them their plate first,
Okay.
and you don't eat beforehand because they're the alpha or whatever.
Okay.
Would you stay with that person?
If it was...
They didn't help with the cooking or cleaning. They just insisted
Is this
on that
an
every night.
agreement we have?
I don't know. This is just like, let's say that they propose this as an agreement for you guys to have. Would you agree to that?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Would you stay with someone who insisted you did that?
No, because it wouldn't make any sense.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't stay with a woman or a man.
They would have to give me a really, really good reason why that would make any sense.
Exactly.
Are they doing something for me in return? You know, this is.
Are you
this is
gonna-
balance?
Are you gonna do the dishes? Are you gonna clean the floor? Are you gonna make sure everything else is spotless by the time I'm done?
Yeah.
After I'm done?
Are you gonna clean up the dishes because I made the dinner? and
Are you
stuff?
gonna actually do the housework? Are you actually gonna fix anything?
Right, that's the question you have to ask because these two women are complaining about this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But is it something that they agreed to? I mean, if they're doing it, then they must have agreed to do it, right? So why are they complaining if they're the one that made the agreement?
Like I said, for my experience, I was told I had to do it.
Listen, if you're the woman who is doing this for your man, you're the one that agreed to it.
Every
If
night
not-
you're agreeing to it.
You wouldn't be doing it, and you wouldn't have something to complain about. So yeah.
Every night you're agreeing to it. Every time you hand him his plate first and don't make him get his lazy ass up to grab his own fucking food, you're agreeing to it. You're enabling it.
Have you met any millionaires?
Yes.
Okay. What are the characteristics they have?
Money.
No,
That's not a characteristic. That's a reality.
my point. That's my point. That's all they have.
Okay, let me go ahead and answer this. All right, so they just fucked you through to the side. Okay, cool. Well, if you got to know that millionaire, let me tell you something that all millionaires typically share. They're all ambitious.
Okay.
They're all assertive. They're dominant to a degree. They work really hard. They're workaholics. They don't take no for an answer. They're not agreeable. Guess what all these traits are to women? Attractive. So you can say, money! But you don't understand to get the money takes certain characteristics that are inherently attractive in the first place.
That's a very good point. It's really funny that the first thing she said was money. Money.
What do you care about? Not him, the money. Not what he's like, the money.
You know exactly what they want a man for, which is money, which means they're not going to respect that man whatsoever. They're just going to treat him like garbage just to use him for money. Meanwhile, probably talking to other people on the side or just acting like a crazy person because they're not going to get the attention they want from a millionaire because the millionaire is going to be way too busy, in which case she's going to be a nightmare.
Is this the transition women are making? Is because men used women only for sex, they're gonna take advantage of men only for money? Is that the coin toss that we're looking at here?
I think it's like meningitis for young 20-something-year-old women.
How so?
It's like an infection of the brain, you know? Like, all they think about is the lifestyle, and it's fulfilling for them for some reason, yet they always want more and more, which...
But they
If
don't
it
want-
was fulfilling, then they wouldn't need more and more and more.
They don't want a quality man. They just want a man who has a quantity of money.
They don't want a quality relationship.
They just want quantity out of the relationship.
Yeah. In
So
which case, they're just
They're the same as-
blood-sucking vampires.
It's the same as men who would fuck women just to toss them and say that they loved them just to toss them. It's the same concept to me. Is it not the same? Where you're using them,
yeah,
you're
seems
using
like
them
it.
for a gain. Their personal gain is money. The men's personal gain is getting off. You know, like
So are they prostitutes then?
I think I'd call them assholes at the very least. Because if you're gonna sit there and not even value the relationship you put yourself in for anything more than financial gain, it's no different than a man going out and fucking a lady just for more notches on his belt.
In which case, who's using who?
Exactly. So if the millionaire fucks you and leaves you, but you got a good fucking couple cool thousands out of it and value, like,
That don't make you pretty woman, honey.
it also doesn't make him an asshole if you wanted his money and he just wanted to fuck you,
It seems like there was an agreement there made somewhere.
even if you never vocalized it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That's just
unspeakable, you know, you don't need...
unspoken agreement.
Thank you.
Yes.
Most people aren't even most women aren't even curious about men.
What do you mean?
Okay. Ask a woman what she wants from a man and she'll give you a thesaurus, a list, an encyclopedia. Ask what she brings to the table, you can't write it on the back of a stamp.
That's very true. It's very true. Want this, he has to be like this. He has to be 6'2". He has to make over $100,000 a year. It's usually like $500,000, they say. He has to be attractive. He has to be fit. He has to be ambitious. He has to be kind. He can't cheat. 5,000 things. Okay, what do you bring to the table? My looks?
I'll take a class.
What?
The one chick said she'd take cooking classes.
Should take a cooking class. And you know, that's very telling about these people, because if they can't, for girls who always say, I'm always working on myself, I'm always bettering myself, I'm leveling up as a woman, they can't say one thing about themselves that would be a benefit that they would bring into a relationship. Like, you can't get, like, maybe you can get one, pull one out of them, but
So-
they really don't know anything else. In which case, do you really not know anything about yourself, ma'am?
So they're all Miss
It's all
Independent,
what you
right?
want. It's all about what
Yeah.
they want, not what they can give, because they ain't got nothing going on in here. There's no interesting
Anything.
integrity,
intelligence,
nothing up
conversation,
here.
value. If
It's
they're
just,
also
I want.
if they're also Miss Independent, but they can't even cook for themselves, that speaks volumes to how they've been treated their whole lives and how they live their lives. So when he makes the assumption of when people like Fresh and Fit make the assumption of seeing a girl like that on a yacht and saying, well, I know she belongs to the streets because she didn't work for any of that. It's really easy to say, okay, I see where you're coming from, when Miss Independent can't even cook for herself. You're not independent. You're actually seeking out dependency. You're seeking out someone to fund you because you don't want to learn how to do these things. You're saying you're going to learn how to cook. You're going to better yourself. But you won't. You're saying these things to get that person. And then when they come at you for it, you're going to be like, well, I'm trying. Oh my God, I've been through that. I'm working on it. You just don't see it. But that's because you're not changing. That nothing changed. If I saw even an increment of change, then I'd say, oh my God, at least you're trying. But you're not trying. And saying you will, what's the difference between him having $1 million? You're going to look at him and say, well, you can hire a chef. You know I'm right.
Yeah, youth. It's the only thing they got going on for them, and it's sad, but it's true.
What you're saying is, I have to marry you, make you my wife, in order for you to start doing wife things.
I mean, I'm just a girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. Tree, do you want to marry me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you a provider, a protector, you watch out for me, I love you. Why would I not want to marry you?
I appreciate that. I love you too. So what you're saying to me is, those are the things you want your husband to do.
Yes.
So you see your husband in me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So the things I'm doing right now, even though I'm not your husband, you want your husband to do. And the crazy thing is, that's just who I am. Not because it's what I feel like I have to do. I do it because that's who Jeremy is. I'm already a husband.
It's like I said before, it's always about like what they want all the time, not what they can give. It's like pulling teeth, trying to get anything of value from a lot of women.
Well, it seems like they don't value it either. You can sit there and say, these are the things that you're doing that I appreciate and would make me want to make you my spouse. But I'm not ready for A, B, C, D, E, F, G because you want me to learn how to cook, because you want me to do this. And I don't believe I should be doing those things. But everything else is perfect. But everything else is exactly what I want. But everything else, minus the fact that you want me to push myself to be better and not be completely dependent.
Look, dating is like a trial run. When you get into a relationship with somebody, you are trying out in order to be their spouse,
Every time.
which means you have to give in the relationship that you're in. You have to show them what they're going to get if they marry you. And if you're so stubborn that you refuse to, be the spouse that
They're looking for.
they're looking for and that you say you are, you're refusing to be that because they haven't made you your spouse, well, why would they if you're already not showing that you're wife material?
You're already looking down on the things they're doing.
So why would a man want to marry a woman who's not showing that she's wife material because he hasn't put a ring on her finger? That makes no sense.
It's money. It's money. It's unless you're promising me money, I'm not going to act like what you want out of me. I could, but I won't. And it's so manipulative. To sit there and insist that they give you a fucking $1,000 ring minimum, because I know that these people saying $500,000 a fucking year aren't asking for that.
They're asking for $20,000 rings.
Minimum. But if you're going to sit there and say those kind of things, you're not in it for the value of the relationship.
No, you're for the money.
You do value those things out of him. But at the end of the day, what matters more to you is having that finance, having that money, having the physical, I own this.
In which case, you might be a hooker.
I mean, at that point, you are just as bad as every man you can complain about that says, "Oh, I just want to get some."
Like and subscribe. If you have your own opinions, then you better let us know down in the comments below.
Do it.